So the main purpose of the day today is for us to kind of talk about how we're going to use the protractor, that's this little measuring tool, how we're going to use a protractor to measure the angle. This protractor is used to measure angles. So we did mention last time that the angle is just a rotation, just like the door. So when we look at the door, here's the door, rotating this way, that's the amount of rotation. And then this part is the hinge, so it doesn't move. The only thing that moves is when you actually swing the door over that way. So this is the angle there. That's where it swings. So there's a start, and then when you swing to that side, then that's where it ends, right? Okay, so like any other devices that we use, okay, any measuring device that we use, we always start with 0, right? When you're measuring something, when you're measuring a length, we start at 0. So the same thing happens when we have something like this. We gotta start at 0. Now I'm gonna tell you something first. I'm gonna put this right there. So this is 0. This is our protractor. This is 0. When we turn or rotate from here to there, that's 90 degrees. So the 90 degrees looks like the L shape. 90 degrees look like the L shape. And then if we go if you continue on, so from 0 to 90, and then if we continue on, this is from 0 to 180. Okay. If you look at this one, can you make an approximation how big this angle is? Because we said that, okay, from here, this is 90 degrees. From 0 to 90. And if we go from 0 all the way here, that's 180. So given those information, can you make an estimate of what this angle is? So your guess is about 45 degrees. Okay, about 45 degrees, okay. Any other guesses? Oh.
60.
You think it's 60? Okay. Anybody says 100? No? Nobody said 100? Okay, because we know if you go from here to here, that's 90, and if you go from here to there, that's 180. Anybody wants to guess 20? Do you think this is about 20 degrees?
35.
You're thinking it's 35? Okay. Anybody thinking maybe this is 20? Is 20 kind of a reasonable guess? Oh, some people are shaking their heads, right? They're saying, why were you shaking your head? Why is 20 not a good size approximate for this? You're just thinking, okay? Okay.
I'll tell you after.
You'll tell me after, okay. Oh, interested in what? Okay, so, okay, if this is 90, and if I cut it in half, what do you think that is? 45, right? That's 45. That's halfway between 0 and 90. So that 45, okay. Let's add that in. This is, if the whole thing is 90, then this is 45 degrees. So given that information, what do you think this is? Is it still, are you changing your mind? Are you? Okay, now let's take a look. What we're gonna do is we're gonna, you think 50, okay, so what did you say earlier? 45? 45? Okay, so you're saying about 45 degrees. So let's see. Now, before we measure this, remember when we're measuring something, when we're using a measuring device, we always start at 0. Well, there are 2 zeros where you can start. You can start this 0 and then moving this way, or you can start at 0, this 0, and then move this way. Okay, so that's why there's 2 zeros. You can go clockwise or counterclockwise. You can rotate either way. So, you have to start at 0, so one arm, that starting arm should start at 0. This part here, that's where the hinge is. Okay, think of the hinge of the door. That's where the hinge is. Okay, this is not moving. So I gotta start at 0. One arm starts at 0, and this part is where the hinge is gonna be. Think of the door. Right there. Okay. Let's see. What do you think this is? So your guess is pretty close. Very close. Very close. You understand it's not 20 degrees. 20 degrees is pretty low, right? Because 20 degrees is like right here. And so some people were saying about 40. One person says about 45. So it's like, oh, that's pretty close to 45. So how big is this angle? Just by looking at this one. Now that we have a measuring device to measure the angle, what do you think the angle size is? 37? Yeah, everybody sees 37? 36? Okay, well, I gotta look down. Yes. 36, so this is 35. There's 36, 37. I gotta make it even closer. Yeah, so that one is, I'd say 37, right? I know from where you're sitting, it might be a little bit far, but yeah, it's about 37 degrees. So this is 37 degrees. Good. Okay. Let's do another one. Let's do another one. Here's the other one. I'm going to keep this here. I'm going to draw an angle and then tell me approximately how big is this angle. this is the start. And then this is where it ends. Think of the door. And this is the hinge. Okay, so can you make an estimate of what this angle looks like? Approximately.
15.
Okay, so somebody says 28.
15.
Somebody says 15. Okay, good. Anybody says 60. Anybody is thinking 60. Okay, is that too much or too little? So remember, like this is how big is this? If it looks like an L shape, that looks like how many degrees? That's 90 degrees, right? If it's like a horizontal line, how big is that? So if this is your starting, this is your starting, and then you're opening it all the way to the other end, how big is that one? I said that's 180. Okay. Given that information, how big is this one? You said, somebody says what? 30 something, and then the other is like 15. Okay, you're saying 15. Any other guesses?
I said 60.
You say 60?
60.
60. 60. Okay. You say 18. Okay. Isabel, what do you think it is?
Don't be shy.
You say 20? Don't be shy. Yeah, 20. And that's okay. Like, we are just training our brain to kind of visualize this, because visualization in math is so important.
There's no right and no wrong. Just
Yeah, we're just playing with this. Just playing with this, trying to visualize this, right? Because if I start teaching you this is this angle, that's, you know, we don't get to understand it really well. Okay, so some people had their guesses, so I'm gonna measure it. So I gotta start at 0. So one arm at 0. The hinge is right there, has to be right there. Oh, how big is this one? 14. So 0. This is gonna be 10, and then this is 15. So that's, yeah, about 14 degrees. Okay, that's good. That's good. So somebody says 20 something, right? Somebody says 18. Oh, that's pretty close. Okay, good. Now your estimation gets better. 60 is way off. Okay, so let's see if we can continue with estimation. Okay, here we go. Here's another one. This is the start. This is the end. And this is the hinge. That's the rotation. I like how you're doing that. Oh, it's so funny. Did everybody see that? Okay. Okay, so what is it? What's your guesses? Okay, let's start with this time I'm gonna write down your guesses, okay? Because I want to keep track of, because I can't remember everything. Okay?
I think that's over 70.
Oh, over 70. Okay, well, give me a number. When you say over 70, give me a number over 70. That's a good guess. That's a pretty good guess. Over 70. Okay. Now you're like saying over 70. Okay. Well, tell me, when you say over 70, what would it be?
70, just
So these are the guesses, okay?
75.
You say, okay, this is guesses. I'm not gonna write down everyone's name, but let's just do a guess here. These are the guess. What's that? 75?
80.
Okay. 75 degrees?
80.
80? Okay. I feel like we're in a, what's that game?
55.
55. Okay, 55.
68.
68. Okay. Anybody else? Okay, so these are the
48.
follow. Huh?
48.
59? Okay, I'm gonna.
48.
48? Okay.
59.
59 and then 48. Okay, good. Okay. Can I show you something? Okay. So this, if I go like this, this is approximately the 90-degree angle right there. Are you gonna change your guesstimate? You're changing to 65? Okay, which one did you?
55.
55. Okay, we're gonna say 65. Okay, good. Anybody else want to throw in their guesses or change their guess?
66.
Okay, which one did you pick earlier?
Last one.
This one? This one? Okay, so we're just changing it to 66, okay? Oh, 65 and there's a 66. Whoa! Okay, good. Anybody else wanna? Good.
I just standing behind him.
Okay, now I'm gonna put in the
70.
protractor. I gotta start at 0. Oh, look at that.
Oh no. Oh no.
Who said?
Oh no.
Who said 59? Oh, very nice, very nice. Okay, so that's pretty good.
49?
59.
59.
Yeah, 59. Good. Yeah.
Oh no.
So this is the 90-degree angle. So that's
Oh no.
okay. This is 59 degrees. Oh, hello! We just made it to our game. Okay, and you get to guess later. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Here's another one. I'm even gonna put this in here. I'm gonna even put that in. So this is the start. This is where it ends. And then if you swing all the way here, we know it's 180 degrees. Okay, and the guess begins. What's your guess? Guesses. You're gonna go from here to here. Okay. What do you know before you make a guess? What do you know for sure? Past 90. How do you know that? Oh, obtuse angle. Yes. Okay, very good.
155.
Okay, now that's the start, 155. Okay, I'm gonna write it down, 155. Okay. Oh, 135. 135, sorry. 135, okay. Okay, so it's gonna, so I'm gonna write this down here. Yeah, you're right. It's going to be past 90 degrees. Right? This is the 90 degree. I'm just going to do a dash. So this is 90 degrees. So you know it's going to be past 90 degrees. A little bit more than 90. So it's going to be between 90 and 180 or somewhere. 140? Okay, so 135 and then 140. Okay, 140. Any other guesses?
157.
137. Okay.
150.
150?
145. She said 150.
150? Yeah, 150. And we are
145.
145. Okay, good. 130. Okay. Look at your guesses. They're pretty close to each other. 135, 140, 137, 150. They're very close to each other. So that kind of shows me that you're slowly kind of visualizing this. Okay, oh, you gotta make a guess. So this is rotating from here. From here to here is 90 degrees. Okay? And then from here to here, over here, all the way to the other end, that's 180. Huh? Oh, okay, so two people say 145. Yeah, so two people said 145. Okay.
119.
119. Okay, 119. Angie, what do you think? Just throw in a number. 125. Good. Okay, so let's make this. Okay, so we have to line up the 0 line at the starting arm. The pivot is there. Oh, you're already seeing the number. Okay, there you go. Can you see the number? Starting there. And this one is the arm right there. How much is that?
155.
So this is going to be 0. This is 140.
145. That's 144.
144. 144. 144. Very good guess. Very good guesses. And your guesses are pretty close to 144. Actually, two people said this, so that's pretty close. Now, that's the power of visualization. That's the power of estimation. So when you see something and then you do some calculation, you say, oh, that doesn't look right. Then maybe it's not, right? Then you have to take a look at your calculation. Okay, that's good. Now, yesterday, the reason why we're doing that is that yesterday we talked about Rule 180. Okay, let's kind of review that rule again. What does Rule 180 mean? This is for any triangle, and they say the sum of all angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. Okay, the word sum tells us it's adding up, so that means when we add up all the angles, we're gonna get 180 each time. Okay, so any triangle, okay, I'm gonna just create a random triangle. Oh, sorry. Okay, so they're saying that when you measure this angle, and this angle, combine them together. That's what it means by sum. By combining, adding together, it's gonna add up to 180. Okay, now here's what I'm gonna do to show you that it's 180. Okay, this is what I'm gonna show you that it's 180. Okay, so I'm gonna let you finish copying that down. Okay, if you want to copy that down. Good. Is that okay? And here's what I'm gonna do. Do you remember what 180 degree looks like? Do you remember what 180 degree look like? It's like a straight line, right? So pivoting or turning from one end to the other, that's 180. Okay. .180 looks like, just to kind of bring it back, 180 looks like this. So this is your start, and then you're turning it all the way to the other end. So how do I show that this is 180? What I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut off the corner, cut off all the angles, and I'm going to put this aside. I'm going to cut off that angle, whatever that angle is. I'm going to cut off this angle here. And I'm going to cut off this angle right there. Okay. Yes? You okay? So far so good? And I'm going to combine this. Combine, sum. That's what sum is. Combining it. Does it look like 180 degree to you? Because remember, 180 is like this. Okay, I'm gonna draw the table. So this is the start. This is the end. And from here to here is 180 degrees. Okay. So if I go like this, I don't know what that angle is. Doesn't matter. And I take this one, and I take this one. Does it look like 180? Yeah, no? It is 180. Yeah. And that doesn't matter how big or small your triangle is. So this is a medium-sized triangle. Let's try a different triangle. I'm going to try a bigger triangle because that's how the triangle looks like. I'm going to make a bigger triangle. Okay, I just want to show you that it doesn't matter how big the triangle is. I'm going to make a triangle. A big one. Okay, so this one here is so much bigger than the other one. Okay, so much bigger than the other one. So the other one looks like this one. That's the size of it. Now it's this big one. I'm gonna try it again. Okay, maybe it's just so this is the new triangle. It's slightly bigger, a lot bigger than the other one. Here's the angle right there. This is the other angle. This is the other angle. So I'm just gonna rip them out. I don't know what that angle is, but it doesn't matter. I don't know how big that angle is, it doesn't matter. I don't know how big that angle is. Okay, just to kind of review what we said last time, we said that the angle is 0, turn it all the way to the other end, that's 180. Start at 0. Is this going to be enough to make 180? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how big the triangle is, all of the angles add up together, it adds up to 180 degrees. Okay? So that's what we did yesterday. Okay? Okay, so that's that part. So just to summarize everything, we talked about what a protractor is. A protractor is used to measure angles, and then we used the estimation of angles here. Okay, so that was pretty fun. We drew some angles and then we estimated some angles in here. That's one angle here, or two angles there, and here's the other one. Okay. So I'm gonna pause this video. I'm gonna have another activity, but our activity is gonna be on the board. Okay, so let's just pause this one for